Well, we've gotten to know this UCLA women's basketball team pretty well over the years, but excited to catch up with the lone incoming transfer for this season, Gianna Kneepkens. Good enough to join us here on the Bruin Insider Show. Nick Koop with you. Thanks so much for your time, Gianna.
Yes, thank you for having me.
So, 27-1, 21 wins in a row, on the verge of a perfect Big Ten regular season. How have you all managed to do this?
Yeah, I think we've just tried our best to stay consistent all year and learn from our wins and our loss. But I think this team is just so competitive and so willing to do what it takes to win that we show up each day wanting to get better, wanting to learn. So we got one more for regular season, and it's fun to end it at SC because rivalry games are the best. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been a really fun season.
It probably helps, talking about that consistency, to have 8 out of the 12 players on the team are seniors or graduates like yourself. How have you seen all that experience, that maturity really help you throughout the course of the season? Yeah,
I think the biggest thing is just, since we have so much experience, it's the composure we have on the court. When things aren't going well, I don't feel like there's two highs or two lows. It's just very steady, and I think that's really important because we just, when it maybe isn't going our way, we can just trust each other, and so that's probably the biggest thing that helps our consistency is our steadiness.
With so many players on this team that have been here for a few years, you're kind of like the new kid in class coming in this season. What's that been like for you?
Yeah, I came to be challenged to learn a new system, to play with different girls. So it's been honestly a lot of fun. It's been hard just because change is always hard, but in all the best ways. So I've been loving just playing with such talented girls, competing with them in practice each day, competing in the best conference in the country. So I'm just very blessed to be here.
You had some suitors, some top-level programs that were after you last year, and I know Coach Corey said that you were her top priority. What ultimately cemented UCLA as the place for you? Yeah,
I think there's a lot of reasons, but I think two big reasons is, one, the people. I think I love basketball. I want to go to a place where I love being around the people. So that they made it, I was welcome from the moment of my visit. So that was easy. And then just a place where I felt like I could grow the most and also help the team win. I wanted to be able to compete against girls that in practice I was getting better because I was competing against the best in the country. I wanted to play in a great conference. So yeah, and I just, again, wanted to help the team and win a lot of games, and I knew I could help do that at UCLA.
Were there specifics within your game that you wanted to improve? You talked about being challenged. Were there specific areas that you wanted to grow?
Yeah, I think just being with such talented girls, I wanted to learn to play with and work on my playmaking in that way a little bit, and also I just wanted to get better defensively, but yeah, there's always things you can work on, so just focusing on that each day.
On the outside looking in, and I feel like maybe you're as good as anyone to speak on this, given that you are the new one on the team this year with the other freshmen, but the team chemistry just seems off the charts as an outside observer. What's it like just being in, not even on the court stuff, but all the in-between moments being on this team?
Yeah, I think, again, that's also another reason we've been so consistent this year is just our team chemistry and our connectedness is huge for us. I think we love spending time with each other outside of basketball. We do things all the time together. So I think that's been a huge part, and it just makes showing up each day easy because you love seeing your friends. You love playing basketball with your friends. So that's definitely a blessing because I know not every team in the country has the relationships we have built.
And it seems like as a result that you've been here a lot longer for a year. I don't know if you feel that, but on senior night or senior day the other day, did it feel like you've kind of been established here for maybe longer than a year?
Yeah, no, I definitely am grateful that I just feel super welcome and loved since the moment I got here. And it's just made the transition so much easier. When you've been somewhere else for a long time, you get used to that. But I feel like I've been here for more than a year just by the way they've brought me in, taught me, challenged me, loved me. So it's been a special year, and so I'm grateful.
Coach Corey has talked about, and even going into the year, that you could be that 50, 40, 90 type of player, and obviously you're on pace to do that. Was that a goal for you, something you were even thinking about?
It's not in the sense that I want to be known as oh, she's 50, 40, 90. It's more of I feel like I want to do that because it helps the team. If I'm efficient, I'm taking shots that are best for the team. So it's more in that sense that it's for the sake of the team, not like, ooh, 50, 40, 90. Like, I don't really care.
All right, but still, if removing yourself from the equation, who would give you the biggest push on this team if we're talking about a three-point contest?
Oh, all of them. I don't want to choose.
She can't pick.
There's great shooters. I mean, I think, like, we have multiple people very close to 50, 40, 90. And so anytime someone's going to shoot a shot, I feel very confident they're going to make it.
But at the same time, if you haven't been watching, your game is far beyond the three-point shot, and I think people have hopefully noticed that. How have you worked to just develop that all-around offensive game, be that three-level type of scorer?
Yeah, I think, like I mentioned a little bit before, but just with all the threats on the floor, I feel like I can find open holes, or like I've just really been trying to focus on my passing and playmaking off like ball screens, even off ball screens, seeing where my teammates can slip. So I'd say in that way too, like I don't want to be just known as someone that can catch and shoot. Like I want to be able to, my pull-up to be counted on, and even getting to the rim. So just with having so many weapons, it kind of opens up a lot of things for me.
And I know you weren't here last year, but from my perspective, it seems like your introduction to this team, it has really just opened things up for this offense, free-flowing, given your shooting ability, but everything else you can do. I don't know if you have a sense of how you've been able to impact this team over the course of the season and how it's really helped everybody blossom.
Yeah, I mean, I think when we get it inside, like, they have to double, and if they don't, like, it's automatically 2 points. So I think I want to be a shooter, and I know my teammates too and are. If we have shooters on the outside, it's like you kind of have to pick your poison. So that's definitely been an emphasis, is trying to get the ball inside, because that's when defenses really have to decide, like, what are you going to do?
Then the game starts.
Yeah.
You get the touch inside, then all right, your move, and we go from there.
Exactly.
All right, so from Duluth, Minnesota, I checked the high temperature today, 13 degrees. We're pushing 80. Are you texting your family, friends at all, just being like, hey guys, it's shorts and t-shirt weather, or do you let them be and try not to rub it in too much?
I mean, I try not to rub it in too much, but they were out here last week, and it was like chilly for here.
Yeah.
But they were loving it. But yeah, like, I feel like it's bad because I don't ever want to go back, because it's just so amazing here all the time.
Sounds like my dad, who grew up in Western Michigan. He grew up with that, and he's like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, you don't want to go back.
How was it getting back to Minnesota, though, and playing there in your home state last month?
Oh, it was awesome. I mean, I had a lot of people show out for me, and they mean a lot to me. No matter at what point they were for me in my journey, they were important to me at some point. So it was just awesome to have that. And I think as a college basketball player, you always want to go back to your home state and just play there. So the fact I got to do that my 5th year, I was really grateful, and it was a lot of fun, and we ended up winning, so made it all the better.
Perfect day.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're the only girl, you're the youngest of 6, 5 older brothers.
Yes.
What was that like?
I always tell people it was just straight chaos growing up, in the best way. I mean, we would fight all the time. We would compete all the time. So that was definitely fun. Definitely think a little bit of my toughness and competitiveness comes from just being in that environment all the time. And then now they're just like the most supportive. They were all out here for senior night. So just being able to, we all live in different states, so being able to see them and get them together is always fun.
What was your experience like at Utah?
Yeah, I mean, I had a great experience at Utah. Great people. I learned a lot, got better at basketball there. So just really great things there. Mountains are beautiful. But yeah, I just have also loved my time here at UCLA, just expanding my game, growing as a person. I've had a very great college basketball journey that I'm very grateful for.
It wasn't without some bumps, though. That foot injury you had a couple of years ago. How did you navigate that experience, and how did you grow from it?
Yeah, I mean, I had never had a season-ending injury like that before. So definitely at first it just like a lot of overwhelming feelings of just like being scared, like especially with an injury that isn't super common in basketball. I think it makes it a little scarier because you don't have a lot of people that like, oh, they made it back from that. But then, I just had fantastic support around me, tell me with my mindset. I feel like the moment I was like, I can't just sit here and feel bad for myself. So I just put my mind to, I'm going to get back. Like, I'm going to work every day, even on the hard days, like just focusing on rehab if it's a small thing and just taking care of the small wins too and celebrating those. So it was hard, but I mean, I grew a ton. Like, I see the game in a whole different way now. I think sitting on the bench, you kind of see it from a coach's perspective, which you can't really get unless you experience something like that.
So it's interesting. Obviously, you never want to go through something like that, but perhaps in a weird way, it was something that was maybe better for you in the long run.
Yeah, no, I would definitely say so. I think also just the gratitude you have for playing is huge, because it's like, it's literally crazy. The feeling of me on the floor, I'm like I knew it was bad pretty fast. So just like that 0.2 seconds that it happens, like you realize how much your trajectory changes. So it makes you realize, like, literally in a split second, something can change. So just being grateful for having a healthy body, for showing up even on the hard days. So that's definitely something.
As someone who has not had to go through a serious injury like that, I would imagine just trying to get to do things and the nervousness of going through that physically. How'd you find your way through that part of it, just trusting your body and yourself again in that way?
Yeah, I think it was just taking it slow and not trying to push things too fast. I think when you start stacking days where there's little wins, you start building confidence in things. Like, even just like when you go from not walking to walking, and each day you build a little more confidence, and then eventually, like, when you get to playing one-on-one, that eventually builds confidence to 2-on-2 and 3-on-3. So I think it was just focusing on the little things and stacking the little wins and days.
Saw a pretty special moment a couple weekends ago at the breast cancer awareness game. Your mom, Betsy, who's a cancer survivor, there with you for the lineups, throwing the T-shirt out. What was that moment like for you?
Yeah, it was really special for me. I actually didn't even know they were going to do that for me, so it was a little bit of a surprise. But my mom has done so much for me. Even when she was battling breast cancer when I was young, like, she still showed up for me. Like, I know how exhausted she was from her treatments, but, like, she was still there for me. So just to have her, like, someone like that, like my rock, be able to do that and have a moment for her when she's done so much for me was really cool. So I'm just grateful that she was able to do that, because I know not everyone gets the opportunity, so it was really cool.
How's she doing? Yeah,
she's doing well. She had it when she's probably like 10 years, maybe even 11 years. So everything's been good in that department, so we're super blessed and grateful for that.
Great to hear. All right, one more regular season game against USC. Yes. You love rivalry games, yes. You said earlier. So it's only your second game in this rivalry, but you had the home game back in January. Are you fully in the UCLA-USC rivalry at this point?
Oh, I'm fully in, and I've played USC before, so, like, you know.
That's true.
So there's still a little bit.
There's already built-in animosity. a little bit.
Yeah. No, but I absolutely love rivalries. I think the environment it brings, like, it's just such a cool part of sport. So, like, I'm all in, and I've been all in since the day I committed to UCLA. Yeah. So yeah, it's the best. They're a great team. So it's gonna be a good game. So yeah, I'm excited. We're all excited.
And beyond that, then it's tournament time, and I get the sense that you all have been preparing as if each week, each game is a tournament game, so that when you get there, nothing changes, right?
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think for a while now, we've been saying March is now. You obviously have to focus like one game at a time, but just making sure your habits are, is this going to be okay when it comes to tournament time, and if you lose, you're done. So I think we've definitely been preparing each day in practice, like we want to reach our goals and make it all the way. So, yeah.
I'm really excited to see you guys play over the next month and a half, all the way to the finish line. Great to meet you, Gianna.
Yes.
Thanks so much for your time.
Yes, thank you so much.
She's Gianna Kneepkens joining us on the Bruin Insider Show. Catch it on the radio every Thursday, 7 o'clock on AM 790 KABC.